but she never does. I don't mind, though, because it means I can still bum the occasional party cigarette off her. I check through the window to make sure that Tom really has distracted the teenagers. I can't risk being caught by Tilly. You know me. I hate change, I say, as she hands the cigarette to me. I take a drag, squinting through the unfamiliar smoke. And anyway, everything is just fine and dandy. Now that you're going to be Brightmouth's Retailer of the Year, Joss says in an excited voice. She's referring back to the speech Tom gave over dinner, saying how proud he was that Wishwell's, my shop, had been nominated for the award. Yes, well, I say, handing the cigarette to Scout. I haven't actually won yet, but it's good to be recognised for what we've achieved. You'll win it, Joss says confidently, and I smile at her unwavering faith. What about you, Scouty? You happy living the dream? I ask. Scout left a high-flying city job 5 years ago and moved up here to this lovely patch of Suffolk to start a new life as a farmer. You'd never know from looking at her. She's small, with a blonde bob, and she looks lovely tonight in her ancient Karen Millen velvet dress. She blows a stream of smoke out thoughtfully. It's good, I think, she says. But if I'm honest, it gets lonely sometimes, with just the alpacas for company. I don't get to meet new people. It's true that she's isolated up here, and I worry about her. Mart still commutes to London, so he's away 3 nights a week, and her twin boys are in boarding school during term time. Oh, they're overrated, Joss says, though for a second I'm not sure if she's referring to people or the alpacas. She works in a London PR agency and has to schmooze for a living. Right, Kay? New friends? She pulls a face. Who has time for those? I nod and laugh in agreement. I already have a host of gorgeous women in my life, friends I've known for 20 years or even longer, like these two. Then there's the staff in the shop, not to mention my suppliers and all my regular customers. My days are full of people. I don't have room for anyone new. I get a lot of time alone to reflect, Scout says, taking another drag and blowing a smoke ring toward the stars. She's the only one of us who could ever do that. Uh-oh, Joss jokes, pulling a face at me. About what? Well, don't you ever wonder if this is it? The peak point of our lives. And it's all downhill from here, I exclaim. Don't say that. But we're all around halfway through. We're not even 50. We're going to be marching up mountains when we're 90, I remind her. Don't start talking like this is the beginning of the end. Exactly. We've still got it, right? Joss says, and pulls a pout, looking at her reflection in the window, leaning forward to plump up her cleavage in her low-cut leather dress. Don't you ever want to do something big that makes a difference? Scout asks, handing the cigarette back to Joss. You know, don't you ever think about your legacy? Your legacy will be a string of heartbroken toy boys, I tease Joss. How exciting, she says. She's recently single, having finally dumped her useless long-term partner and has found Tinder. Scout's face falls. She has a tendency to go all existential when she's squiffy, and me and Joss always undermine her. But we've gone too far and I relent. I know what you mean, Scout. But personally, I'm happy. I really, really don't want anything to change, I tell her, grabbing her hand and Joss's and kissing their knuckles. They laugh, knowing how sentimental I am. And I don't. Right here, right now, surrounded by my best friends, I feel drunk and content. And yes, of course there are things I could improve. But on the whole, I've made good choices, I reckon. I'm lucky. I want my life to stay just as it is. 1.